Hello, this is Tina Gote. This is discussion post scenario 2 for student discipline. In this post, we're discussing CPR incident at Union Grove High School, 2013 to 2014. CPR was a 19-year-old senior at Grove High School during school year 2012 to 2013. On March 6th of 2013, two assistant principals called him to the office after receiving information about his attempt to sell pills at school. When questioned, CPR initially denied having pills. However, when his bag was searched, two white pills were found, Tylenol with codeine. CPR then admitted to the fact that he intended to sell the pills and planned to do so off school grounds. Further investigation revealed that CPR had offered to sell pills to 3 students who provided written statements corroborating by videos from the school bus of the allegations. CPR was charged with 3 violations of school student handbook: possession of drugs, selling drugs, and committing an act that constitutes a felony under Georgia law. CPR was suspended for the rest of the school semester but was allowed to serve his suspension at an alternative school. Legal issues that are considered in this case is: did the school officials violate the student's constitutional rights during the search? Was the student entitled to due process before being disciplined? Did the school violate the student's rights by charging him with drug-related offenses? And was the disciplinary punishment arbitrary or capricious? Question number 1. What due process procedures were followed? The manner in which CPR's person and bag were searched were reasonably related to the circumstances. Therefore, it was justified based on the reasonable suspicion that CPR was attempting to sell drugs. Case law Supreme Court ruling New Jersey v. TLO of 1985 identifies officials can search students' belongings if they have reasonable suspicion. Therefore, the search was consistent with the 14th Amendment, which protects against reasonable searches and seizures. In addition, CPR was afforded due process during the disciplinary hearing consistent with the 14th Amendment, when he was given notice of the charges and the opportunity to be heard and offered a hearing prior to being suspended for a long period of time. Case law Goss v. Lopez, 1975, Supreme Court ruled students are entitled to due process protections, including notice of charges and the opportunity to be heard. CPR was represented by an attorney, had the opportunity to defend himself. He provided testimony, his mother provided testimony during the formal hearing, followed by the disciplinary proceedings, showing that due process rights were acknowledged. Question number 2. What are your school district's rules concerning prescription drugs on campus, selling or intent to sell drugs? At the school that I work for, Dodea, we have strict rules and regulations regarding prescription drugs on school campus, where students may not possess prescription medication on campus without the written authorization, and it is administered only by the school nurse. Any attempt to sell or distribute prescription drugs or any other controlled substance at schools, a student may face serious disciplinary actions, including suspension or expulsion. The severity will be dependent on the nature of the infraction. Any intent to sell policies will result in immediate actions, which include notifying parents, an immediate investigation, and law enforcement will be contacted, including any potential criminal charges being filed. Question number 3. Do the witnesses recanting their statement make a difference in the consequences of the case? In this case, the witnesses' statements supported the allegations made against CPR, and the video from the bus corroborated the claim. Their retraction could weaken the evidence and potentially create reasonable doubt that can affect the severity of discipline. But the student's own confession strongly supports the allegations, therefore the discipline for misconduct may still stand. Question number 4. What discipline would this student receive in your school? Given the seriousness of the offense, the attempt to sell prescription drugs violates the safety of the school environment. Therefore, the suspension for the remainder of the school year, approximately 3 months, aligns with the school policies and legal precedent. The student can continue his education by receiving alternative schooling, and in my school, this would be delivered like online services. However, since the offense involves prescription drugs, the student would be required to attend a drug counseling program to address the cause of behavior, to offer a chance for rehabilitation with restorative justice. His re-entry to the school community would include behavior monitoring, and further violations of the code of conduct may include additional disciplinary action up to and including expulsion. Question number 5. Is the discipline provided to CPR arbitrary and capricious or reasonable? The discipline provided to the student was reasonable, not arbitrary or capricious. CPR was in clear violation of the student code of conduct as he admitted to his intent to sell prescription medication. The school followed proper procedures, including holding a hearing where evidence was presented and the student had the opportunity to defend himself, and consequences were proportional to the seriousness of the code of conduct violations. Therefore, the imposed disciplinary actions did not violate the student's 14th Amendment right to due process, and discipline was not arbitrary or capricious. Wood v. Strickland and Goss v. Lopez set the legal framework that requires students to base disciplinary actions on legitimate grounds and to adhere to fair procedures. Question number 6. Can the school discipline case continue in light of the felony charges being addressed in criminal court? The answer is yes. School disciplinary actions and criminal proceedings are separate processes and are governed by different legal standings. The criminal court will address the issues of the crime related to the state or the federal law. This may consist of penalties, fines, probation, or even jail time. The school's disciplinary focus will be maintaining the safety and orderly school environment. Thank you so much, and that concludes my presentation. Have a good day.